What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Jesse Rodriguez versus Srisaket Sor Rungvisai, and this is going to be a 12-rounder for the WBC Super-Flyweight World Championship, and this fight is going to be Saturday, June 25th, from the Techport Arena in San Antonio, Texas, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on DAZN, and to get both fighters' resumes, Jesse Rodriguez, fighting out of the United States, holds a record of 15 wins with no defeats and 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 8 by BoxRec in the Super Flyweight division, and he's also the current WBC Super Flyweight World Champion. And to list his best victory, it came in his last fight where he got a unanimous decision victory over Carlos Quadras. And to get his opponent's resume, Srisaket Sor Rungvisai, fighting out of Thailand, holds a record of 50 wins with 5 defeats and 1 draw, with 43 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently not ranked by BoxRec in the Super Flyweight division due to inactivity. However, he is the former WBC Super Flyweight World Champion. And to list all 5 of his defeats, he has a knockout loss to Akira Yaegashi, and I believe this was in his pro debut. He also has a knockout loss to Yushin Yafuso, a unanimous decision defeat to Kenji Oba, and those 3 defeats happened earlier on in his career, and then his last 2 happened far later, where he got a technical decision loss to Carlos Quadras, and he also has a unanimous decision defeat to Juan Francisco Estrada in their second fight. And to list some of his best victories, he has a majority decision win over Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez in their first fight. He also has a knockout win over Chocolatito Gonzalez in their second fight. He also has a majority decision victory over Juan Francisco Estrada in their first fight. And he has a unanimous decision win over Hiram Iraq Diaz. And he also has a unanimous decision victory over Amnat Ruwenroeng. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go in favor of the younger, more hyped up current world champion Jesse Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, he has looked excellent in his last couple fights. Rodriguez is really just being hyped up as the next king at super flyweight. He's a very young fighter, and the thing is, all these other top guys in the super flyweight division are sort of on the edge of their prime. Like even Rungvisai, for example, he's definitely one of those examples. Chocolatito, although he's looked excellent in his last couple fights, I mean, most of the people were looking at him knocking out guys in like 2016, 2017, 2018. But, I mean, the same is even for Juan Francisco Estrada and even Carlos Quadras, who fought Rodriguez in his last fight. So, I mean, really the top guys in the super flyweight division are sort of at the end of their prime, it seems like. Although some of them are going strong, I mean, just based on their age and knowing the smaller fighters, I mean, they sort of burn out of their prime maybe in their early to mid-30s as opposed to like heavyweights, for example, who really burn out at their early 40s. So, yeah, I mean, this really could be Rodriguez's really rise up. If he's getting these wins over these top guys, like beating Carlos Quadras, I mean, he really went from beating really limited to no competition to then beating a former champion in Carlos Quadras. And now he's taking on Srisaket Sor Rungvisai, who's beaten some of the best in the world, especially in their really, I could just say it, like their major primes, back when they were really just beating each other up, and back when they were in the top 3, like, for example, when Rungvisai fought Gonzalez, he beat him twice. Then he fought Juan Francisco Estrada. Like, these guys were just fighting each other, rematching each other. Like, they were really, it was sort of a fighting triangle between these 3, with Estrada, Rungvisai, and Gonzalez. I mean, all 3 of them battled each other out, and all 3 of them had excellent fights. So, I mean, it's really Rodriguez's turn to get in there and fight some of these top guys, and this is yet another top guy that Rodriguez is going to fight, and I think he's actually going to get the victory here over this experienced veteran and a former champion in Rungvisai. So just to break this fight down, I think Rodriguez is going to be very smart and very technical in this fight. I don't really think he's going to be much of the main aggressor in this fight, although I think he will come forward a bit. So just to break it down, I think in the first 6 rounds of this fight, I think Rodriguez will be very economical with his boxing. He'll be fighting on the outside, boxing beautifully. He has great head movement, very solid defense. Rodriguez does. He's not really much of a counter or much of a power puncher, But if he does hit you with the right shot, with the right timing, he will most likely drop you. We saw that against Carlos Cuadras. He hit him with one perfect shot while he was coming in, dropped him. So, yeah, I think he's going to box nicely on the outside and really use his counter-punching ability to score points in this fight. I don't really think he'll be looking for the knockout to be 100%. But for Rungvisai, I think Rungvisai will be coming forward really throughout this entire fight. I think he will come forward a lot with his big power punches. He likes to throw very powerful hooks on the inside, and Rodriguez got to look out for that because we haven't really seen him taste big punches, for example, like that Rungvisai does have. And I know that Carlos Cuadras also has very solid power, and we saw him take some of his shots, but Rungvisai also can bang as well. So we're going to really see what Rodriguez could take if he's able to get hit with some big leather from Rungvisai. But Rungvisai, I think he'll be coming forward, as I mentioned before, throughout this entire fight. I really think almost every single round he will be coming forward because Rungvisai, I mean, we have to remember, he's not really a boxer, not really a counterpuncher. However, Rodriguez could really fight in either of those styles because he's a very versatile fighter. But, yeah, like after 6 rounds, I think that Rodriguez will be the one boxing in those first 6 on the outside, catching Rungvisai, but Rungvisai will be coming forward, trying to make the fight a bit more competitive with his pressure fighting style. And so after 6 rounds, it could be 59-55 in favor of Rodriguez, which is 5 rounds to 1, or it could even be 58-56 in favor of Rodriguez, which is 4 rounds to 2. So then now we get into the middle, or the second half of the fight, actually, not the middle rounds. So, in that second half, I see Rodriguez trying to pick it up more, trying to start to come forward a bit, but when he comes forward a bit, I feel like Rungvisai will actually start to land his shots a bit more, and that could lead to him giving up a couple more rounds, like maybe at most 3 rounds throughout the rest of the fight. So, really in the start of those, or in the start of the second half, I see Rodriguez still boxing a little bit more, winning those rounds fairly comfortably from round 7 to maybe rounds 8. So after 8 rounds, it could be 78-74, maybe even 79-73 in favor of Rodriguez. But then from rounds 9 to rounds 12, I actually see Rungvisai having a decent performance in those rounds. I see Rodriguez being a bit more careless in those rounds, and I see him coming forward a bit more. But when he comes forward, as I mentioned before, I feel that Rungvisai will actually have more success, considering that Rodriguez will be obviously more of a sitting target as opposed to what I thought he would be boxing earlier on in the fight. So I could see Rungvisai stealing maybe 3 rounds, 2 rounds in those last couple of rounds from rounds 9 to rounds 12. So, I mean, I see this fight going the distance, obviously, and after 12, I see the judges scoring this bout 116-112 twice, which is 8 rounds to 4, and 115-113 once, which is 7 rounds to 5, all in favor of Jesse Rodriguez to win this fight by unanimous decision. So overall, comment down below your thoughts on this fight, as I think that Jesse Rodriguez will defeat Srisaket Sor Rungvisai by unanimous decision to go to 16-0 and to successfully defend his WBC Super-Flyweight World title for the first time. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.